On today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys how I started my hair business at the age of 20. Yes, it was in 2019 and I was 20 years old. I'm from a very small town. I know people from Bethel get mad when we keep on saying we're from a very small town, but we kind of are. Yeah, I'm from a very small town where some things are relatively less pricey, you know. Doing hair back here at home is much more reasonable and makes much more sense than going to Epitori and paying close to £1,000. At that time, I said, just okay, but 400 for hair. And I was just passing through YouTube and I saw some person doing her hair using like those Afro hair pieces. So I'm like, how about I do it on my own hair, you know? So I went to a chemist's pharmacy. You guys call it a drugstore on the streets now. They fortunately had everything: a crochet needle, the wig cap. I didn't even need a wig cap at that time. It's like, oh, crochet needle, I'm gonna crochet into my natural hair. It looked good, but it wasn't for a person who was just starting out. I was very excited. I was like, hi, bo. So I can do this with my hair and I can change hairstyles almost every week. I started seeing that actually you could turn these into wigs. I was like, oh, that's cool. And I went back to the very same store. I was like, I'm going to try this out. But then student budgets again. You need to buy the head, because I did try crocheting, especially if you're using the net. Try crocheting onto my hair, my natural hair. I just was saying put on a plastic and then you put on. Hey guys, I tried. It didn't work. So I was like, no, actually I do need to get a mannequin. So I looked at the price and I'm like, I saw the I can't afford this. I think I could, but like I'm a person who will do anything to cut costs. If there's a way not to spend as much as they're saying you should be spending, then I'm going for that way. If I could do it myself instead of paying someone else, then why am I paying someone else? So it's naturally my business started off from, okay, I'm not gonna call myself a cheapskater, but low-key, I felt in my heart, but hey. And then I left the mannequin. I was like, okay, then it's fine. That means that I'll continue crocheting onto my hair. Until this one time I passed by some salon, they had the same mannequin. I asked them if they're selling the mannequins. They're like, no, they are not. I was like, no, I really need it. Could you please sell it to me? They sold it to me at a reasonably lower price than I would have gotten it at that pharmacy. It was dirty. It was dirty. Actually, this is how it looks, and I'm still using it. Don't judge me. It has some attachment to it. Now, oh no, you know. And now I'm rocking my afros, you know, my faux afro. And I'm getting compliments when at church, like, oh, you have beautiful hair. I'm like, Aibo, what hair? Now it's a thing wherever I go. People think it's my real hair. I'm getting compliments when now. So I was talking to someone I was close with at that time, and he's like, no man, you know you could actually start selling this. I'm like, nah, who would buy? And then people start also texting me. They're like, is that your hair? How do you groom your hair? What natural products do you use on your hair? What? And I'm sitting, I'm thinking, that person must be onto something, you know? And he's like, yeah, test it out. I put up my first post on Facebook. I was like, hey lovies, this is what I'm making at this price. And at the time, it had been a month since I even found out Pep couriers some things via Pexi. Courier will be 50 Rand. This is the hair that I make. How I came up with the cost is I started calculating the price of 2 hair pieces and the wig cap. A part of me wanted to go big on the amount. I had to remind myself how I had gotten to this point to begin with. I was like, okay, it was because I was broke. So I want whoever is going to be buying from me not to feel as if they've spent way too much from their pocket. I set it up, I put it up on Facebook, and guys, it blew. I got a lot of reactions, I got a lot of shares, I got a lot of inboxes, and I still remember my first client. And if I'm not mistaken, she's bought 3 times from me now. Last week, I was quarrying her other week. I got that order. I put it in a Pick n Pay plastic bag because, guys, I was staying at Riz. It's not like I have paper bags. And I kept on going. The last time I counted, towards my first year, I had made over 100 orders. And I can't imagine how many orders I've made right now, because we are going on to the 3rd year. So that's someone I was close to. And it's like, come up with a name for it so that people can be able to take it seriously. Nubian hair was not my original idea. It was his idea. The Nubian is obviously like someone African, a black girl. And then the hair is like hair, like Yena, H-E-R. But also at the same time, it sounds like, hey, your hair. As I'm saying, I'm saying CEO of a big factory. But yeah, so I was like, I'm rolling with this name. I love it. And at the same time, I also had a guy friend who's like a graphic designer. He was like, no, I could actually design a logo for you. I haven't thought of that, you know. I was like, no, this is how I charge, and I would love to design for you. When it comes to the costs that were involved, I didn't use a dime out of my own pocket. Client sends the amount, I rush to the store, I buy the hairpiece, wig caps, whatever I'm gonna need for the hair, and I come back and make the hair. I choreo it. Whatever I'm left with is my profit. It comes to me. I do whatever I want to be doing with it. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna sell like probably 2-3 weeks. Whatever I gather from that, I'm not gonna keep it for myself. I'm gonna give directly to him. Worked around the logo. I gave him the idea that I had. He sent me the first draft. I didn't quite like it, and he worked around it, and I loved it. We both came with the colors, and it was just beautiful. Customers kept on coming in. I started developing so much more love for it. And the fact that I would send a particular wig to my customers, and they would style it up and wear it in a way I recognize. And sometimes I would have to like text my customers and be like, is this Nubian hair you have on your head? Because sometimes I'd also personally be confused. So I started playing around with the hair. I developed new hairstyles. Eventually now we had clip-ins, we have headband wigs, and then synthetic hair. If I can't wear it, I can't have you wearing it. So before I put it out there as something that I'm selling, best believe that I've worn it, I've tested it out. If it's going to require a lot of work from me, I do not want it. What drives my business is convenience, being easy to wear, and definitely affordability. I'll be showing you guys with more video uploads the ins and outs of my business and what I am actually selling. But that's how I started my business at 20 years old. It's something that I still count as fortune, that I didn't have to have startup cash. Started using social media to market. My friends, my family, my customers do get me more clients by sharing the work. That is how we have come to almost 3 years, and I will not say that it has been an easy road, but it is fulfilling. It has changed my life. It has helped me grow as a person. And I'd like to say that if you have found something that helps you grow as a person, something that has been fulfilling to you, cherish it and put in so much effort for it to work and become a profitable business. Because at the end of the day, in as much as the love is there, we are doing it for the money to some extent. The next video I'll be putting up, because there's the business lessons I've learned up till far. Please do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to comment, and I will see you guys next time.